previously on GOSPOCAST. Thy kingdom come. And we've said this prayer often and over in the Lord's Prayer. As a matter of fact, in Matthew's account, it was written twice, Thy kingdom come, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. And the question is, do you know that there is a part for you to play for this rulership of God as it is in heaven to be exactly replicated on earth the same way? There is a part you have to play to actualize this thing in your own life. Jesus told them, if I cast out demons by the finger of God, no doubt then the kingdom of God has come upon you. The question there is, has the kingdom of God come upon you, and is the will of God being done in your life as it is done in heaven? GOSPOCAST continues right after this. Okay, I'm so excited to welcome you to a brand new GOSPOCAST today. My name is Stan and I'll be your host on today. And what are we talking about? Thy kingdom come. We're still talking about thy kingdom come, and today we're asking a very critical question. Do your eyes see and do your ears hear? If you do not understand any other thing when you say thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as in heaven, and as it is in the Lord's Prayer that we pray frequently and almost every day, you got to understand this, that when Jesus came down, he started talking about the parable. As a matter of fact, the book of Matthew chapter 13 was dedicated for the parables of the kingdom. He started giving them practical illustrations to explain what it means for the kingdom of God to come. But I looked at the book of Matthew and I found one key factor, one key setting that's put the tone for the whole chapter, and this is about ears and eyes. Notice now, the kingdom of God coming means that we have the capacity to hear from God and the capacity to see what God is doing. You remember Jesus said that I look at my Father, whatever he does, I do. I looked at him, my Father is walking, I'm walking. So the capacity of the kingdom of God to even come here means that we have received that same capacity to see what God is doing and to hear what God is doing. Believe me, Jesus said to Nicodemus, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. So there is a part of thy kingdom come that is critically connected to, can you hear from him? The psalmist saying in book of Psalm 40 verse 6, he says, sacrifices of bull have I not desired, but my ears have thou opened. So there has to be that point where you ask yourself, it's not enough going to church, it's not enough having the biggest pastor or bishop as your pastor or your shepherd. It's important to understand that God wants you to come to a point whereby his kingdom has come, and then you can hear the words of God for yourself, and you can see what God is doing for yourself. Jesus looked at them in book of Matthew 13 verse 16. He said, blessed are ye, for your eyes see and your ears for they hear. Now look at what he said before then. He talked about the prophecy of Isaiah, and he talked about how the prophets of old has waited. He said to them that they have waited to see what you're seeing and to hear what you're hearing. But there are some people there also who are scribes and Pharisees. Jesus told them that this prophecy of Isaiah shall be fulfilled in them. By hearing they shall hear not, and by seeing, by looking, they will see not, and they will not understand. Why? Because when they hear and they see, they will be converted and God will heal them. So look at this now. When God has given us, he said to them, unto you has been given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of God, but them it has not been given. That's in verse 11. So the question is, it has been given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But the question is, can you hear from God? Can you see what God is doing? And when you can do that, then you can say of the truth, thy kingdom has come upon me. Thy kingdom has come in my life. Then I can see what you want me to do, and I can hear what you want me to do, and I can say like Jesus, my Father is walking, I am walking. I'm not of this world, I'm of another world. I look at what the principles of heaven is. I hear what the principle of heaven is. I apply it to my life, and there is difference between me and any other person. God bless you. GOSPOCAST will continue tomorrow. See you then.